Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. And today we're going to be installing the Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions Rubigrid in the 2024 Chevy Colorado ZR2. So let's jump right into the install. So this is everything that you're going to get when you order your Rubigrid from Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions. Number one, you're going to get the actual mount itself. Typically, people will order the combination with the phone mount. So you're going to get a phone mount as well as the attachment arms that's going to mount to the Rubigrid. But they also included all the tools that you're going to need to get this installed. So this is going to be your pry tool that we're going to pry off in the Colorado, some dash pieces. They've got a screwdriver for you. There is 2 different drill bits that you're going to need. They include both of those, a small wrench, as well as an Allen key. All of this here is all that you're going to need to be able to get this installed. They do include some instructions as well, and the instructions that they give you are going to be vehicle specific. So it's not just a generic instruction manual, it's going to be specific to your vehicle. They say it should only take about 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to test that today and see if that's true. So let's follow me over to the cab of the truck and start this install. The first thing we're going to need to do is remove this trim piece behind the infotainment center. So they did include, like I said, the trim tool to be able to get this out. All you're going to do is go along the edges and gently pry up to get the clips to let go of what they're clipped into. We're just going to go around and slip it in this side little pocket here and just move along the entire trim piece, slowly just kind of pulling back a little bit. You'll feel where the clips are. This is coming out so easy. Don't be worried that you're going to scratch your dash or mess anything up. This was the easiest trim piece that I've ever had to remove in a vehicle before. So don't worry about busting up clips. You'll be fine, and just pop it open. Next, we're going to remove these bolts. All right, so the bolts that you're going to want to remove are on the back of the dashboard, and you're just going to use that included Allen key. I'm just gonna loosen it up a little bit. It'll get to a point to where you should be able to do it with your fingers, which you may find to be a little bit easier, as they're kind of like in this little groove area, but they're not on very tight at all, and they're coming out very easily. These are the 2 screws that you're going to get from this back wall area. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to do is grab that piece of trim that you removed, and we're actually going to drill a couple holes in it. It's very easy. I'll show you exactly where you're going to want to do it. So it sits in the dashboard just like this here with your infotainment screen on the front. So basically just rotate it around completely, and you're going to see 2 little dimples here. You're going to take the larger of the drill bits, and we're just going to drill a hole in each of these dimples towards the top of this curve here. All right, that was very, very simple. So you see here, these are kind of towards the top of the notches. That's what you want to do on yours. Now that we've completed that, you're going to take your Rubigrid, and we're going to actually take this top portion off. So these 4 screws here, we're just going to undo them and set them to the side for later. Feel free to use a drill or a different screwdriver, but I just want to show this using the tools that they provided. So we're just going to take all these off and just set them aside for now. So it's gonna have two pieces like this. For your next step, you're gonna take the portion that we just unscrewed and take the trim piece that is behind your infotainment center. You're just going to set them on top of each other, line up the holes that we drilled, and then you're going to see two holes here and here. You're going to want to mark them with a pen or just make a dent in them, because we're going to use the smaller drill bit and drill a couple holes in that. Alright, so we just did that, and as you can see, I just notched with that screwdriver just a couple points, and we're going to drill those in. Make sure to use the smaller drill bit. Alright, so now in that trim piece, you should have 4 holes, 2 in the back and 2 on the bottom. Next, you're going to take the bag of supplied screws with the nuts on them that look like this here. So it's got your bolt, you've got your washer, and you've got your nut. You're going to take these, and those bottom 2 holes that we drilled, you're going to attach the metal base to the trim piece. Alright, this is what it should look like. Next, we're going to take the dash piece with half of the Rubigrid mounted to it, and we're going to place it back in. You're going to want to place it in and listen for clicks of it clicking back into place. So when I did that, I just pushed on these 2 metal mounts here, and it clipped right into place very easily, and you'll be able to hear it. The 2 factory bolts that we removed from this back panel here of this piece of trim, we're going to put those back in. Next, you're going to take the bag with the 4 small screws and take the top of the Rubigrid mount, and you're going to place it on top just like this here. And you're going to take each of these 4 screws, and there is a hole for each spot. You can't miss it. You're going to attach this to that top portion. So next, what you're going to do is take the mounting ball and place it on top of the area where you're going to want your phone mount or whatever other accessories that you have. Right now, we're just trying to mark the placement. So we're going to take this back off to reattach it. So I like mine right here. This is going to be my phone mount. So there's going to be an arm coming off, and it'll sit like this here. So once we've got our desired spot of where we want our ball mount to go, you're going to take these 4 bolts off, place it on there, and you're going to tighten this up with the included Allen key. Alright, so this is how I've got mine set up currently. I'm going to add one more, but if you just got the phone mount, this is what it's going to look like, and you can install it. As you can see, this is how I have mine set up. It's going to sit like this here. So my phone will be posted like this, and then I'll have my 360 camera or my GoPro or the DSLR attached to this one. So let's get into the truck and finish this install. I ended up changing up my mount locations just a little bit, but that's actually one of the great things about the Rubigrid is it gives you that flexibility. So as I was talking about before, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and get those same 4 screws on that we had on previously and get this tightened down, and we're almost at the end of the install. So let me grab that screwdriver and we'll get this tightened down. I'm gonna want my phone to sit like this, so I'm gonna tighten it down, and I'm gonna loosen this up here. I'm gonna move it into the position that I want it to be at. I'm gonna hand tighten that, and now you've got your phone mount, just like that. It's actually the next day. After I got that install done, there's a couple things that I had to get done before the sun went down. So I just wanted to close out this video, talk about my thoughts on the Rubigrid as well as the install process. So in terms of the Rubigrid itself, it is high quality. It feels nice. It's extremely sturdy. And on the install was one of the easiest installs that I've ever done on a mod for a vehicle. It went in super simple. The instructions that they provided were great, and it didn't take much time at all. It should only take you truly about 15 to 20 minutes to get the entire thing installed. For me, it took about 35 to 40 minutes, but that's just because of the filming that I did. So I think that this attachment system is going to hold up great over time, whether you're doing a lot of highway miles or whether you are doing a bunch of off-roading. And just the fact that you can attach so many different things to it is great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I absolutely give it a 10, and I think you guys should definitely get one for yourselves. Let me show you how I've got it set up right now, and we'll close out this video. As you can see, I've got my Insta360 mounted right here. I've also put my DSLR, the camera that I'm filming on now, on this. It is an extremely heavy camera. It has a 16 to 35 lens. It's a wide angle lens, and the lens is huge. So I mounted it last night and it fit on here with no problems. And then I've got my phone sitting right here. The one thing that I did do is the actual phone mount I flipped upside down, because when I put my phone in, I want to be able to use this side here to get the phone sturdy. I'll show you an example right now. So I put my phone in like this here. The logo is technically on this now is upside down. I don't mind it, it doesn't bother me. I would love to see if they made a dual-sided one that expands on both sides. I think that would be a great option to do. But all in all, it's a great device. It holds my phone very sturdy, and this thing is just a solid piece of metal. It's not going anywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're doing an install on the Rubigrid, I hope it goes as smoothly for you as it did for me. Big shout out to Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions for sending this Rubigrid for the new ZR2. If you guys like the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.